So I wanted to make a video on a topic that I find especially interesting, and it's also very relevant in my life with stuff that's been happening to me recently, and I'll discuss what that is, but I'll say that for the end of the video. What I want to talk about is what manifestation actually is. I feel like there's a lot of preconceived notions as to what manifestation is. When people think of people talking about manifestation, they think we're talking about 2024 blonde white girl crystal shit, carrying the crystals. I have nothing against crystals. I don't know anything about crystals really, but anyway, I'm going to talk about what I believe manifestation actually is and how to do it properly, because I also think that a lot of people aren't doing it the right way, and you might as well know how to do it the right way if you want to actually get out of this what you're looking for, because there is a very specific method to doing this manifestation thing, and I hear people talk about it and they say it wrong and they're not doing it the right way, and this is what I've learned. This is how I do it in my life, and I want to talk about it here. First off, some of the stuff I'm going to say is going to sound kind of woo-woo. It's going to sound kind of weird to people who aren't already into this sort of thing. To me, it's not weird. I revolve my life around this shit. I love this stuff. When it comes to developing a deeper relationship with myself, with the universe, actively, consciously manifesting our own life, this stuff is very interesting to me. All right, so let's talk about it. First of all, what is manifestation? Okay, so when I think of manifestation, I think actively creating our own life. We are creating the life that we live, which has brought us to where we are right now. We're all already manifesting. Every person who's watching this video, you're already manifesting your life. Just most likely you're not doing it consciously. You're probably living, I don't want to start associating you with things, but a lot of people, we're living a reactive life where we're kind of letting life happen to us instead of us consciously taking life by the horns and dictating where our life is going. So anyway, we're already subconsciously manifesting. Everything that we've done is a manifestation, but a lot of us aren't doing it consciously. And that's what I'm trying to work on in my life, is to consciously manifest. And I want to talk about how we can consciously manifest the life that we want to live. One thing that I think a lot of people are doing wrong is, for example, let's say you're praying. A lot of people will ask God for stuff. They'll ask, please give me health, or please give me money. Please, I need money. I need this. I need this. I need that. But what's happening is when you say that you need something, what you're doing is you're actively telling the universe that you don't have this thing. And because you don't have this thing, you don't have it. You're separating yourself from the mindset of you already having the thing. For example, if you're a guy and you want a girlfriend, and every single day you're telling and you don't have a girlfriend, every single day you're telling the universe, please universe, bring me a girlfriend. Please universe, bring me a beautiful woman. Bring me a beautiful woman into my life. What you're doing is you're telling the universe that you don't have a beautiful girlfriend. On the flip side of that, if you're a guy and you have a girlfriend, you have a woman that you love, you have a girlfriend, you're not asking the universe for a beautiful girlfriend because you already have one. If you have one, why would you ask the universe for one? So basically what you're doing, anytime you ask the universe for something that you don't have, you're telling the universe that you don't have that thing. And that's not actually the way that you need to be going about this. The alternative, the thing that you should be doing instead, is to shift your mindset from that of I don't have this thing to I already do have this thing. I have everything that I could possibly want. I'm grateful for everything that I have, and I already have everything. Which sounds weird because it's how can you tell yourself that you have something when so clearly right in front of you, you don't have this thing? It starts to get a little tricky. That's when belief comes in, and that's this is where it gets funky. A lot of people struggle with the belief thing. A lot of us struggle with the, if we can't see it, we can't believe it, right? Like we have to see it in order to believe it, which actually seems to be the incorrect way of viewing at things. The way that I've learned is you actually need to believe something in order to see it, which sounds weird to people who don't understand this, but really, you can't see something that you don't believe, realistically. So it's actually not I need to see it to believe it. It's actually I need to believe it in order to see it. Anybody who's had anything happen to them in their life believes that this is a possibility, or else if they didn't believe that this was happening, then it wouldn't possibly be happening. The problem is we live with a lot of doubt. We have a lot of doubt in our lives. We lack a lot of belief. And the problem is doubt is the killer of manifestation. So if you doubt something, it's most likely not going to happen. So I feel like I got off track a little bit. Anyway, how to manifest the thing that you want. You need to shift your mentality to I don't have this thing and I want this thing. You need to shift that from that to I have this thing and I'm grateful for this thing that I already have. You need to shift your mindset from lack to abundance. I already have this thing. And you need to do this like every day. Like you need to really get your mindset into that of you already have this thing. And this will be my example. First of all, I've consciously manifested certain things in my life with this method before, but I recently moved up to New York City a few months ago, and I kind of dropped that, and I kind of stopped proactively manifesting. And for a long time, up until very recently, I really struggled getting a job. For months, I didn't have a job. I was doing the physical work. I was going door to door. I was submitting applications. I was handing off dozens of resumes a day, and nothing was happening. And then a few nights ago, I was like, well, shit, I know how the manifesting thing works. I've done it before for certain things in my life. Why am I not doing this for my job? I clearly need one, and I'm not doing it. I'm doing everything but the stuff that I already know how to do. And then last week, one night last week, I sat by myself. Well, I stood up, I walked around my room, and for an hour, I changed my thoughts and my emotions to the thoughts and emotions that I would have once I had a job. So instead of walking around my room saying, fuck, I really need a job. Damn, I really got to do this. I can't stand not having a job. I changed my mentality and I said, I'm so grateful for my job. I'm so happy for the fact that I get to go into work tomorrow. Finally, I'm on the inside, not out. I have this job. The person who hired me really took a chance on me. They liked my personality. They hired me. And I'm so grateful for this job. Thank you so much for this job that came my way. Not only for the job that came my way, but for the abundance of jobs that came my way. Thank you for the fact that I had an opportunity to pick and choose what my job is. I had an opportunity to pick the best job. So I really started getting really visual in my head. And not only did I change my thoughts to the thoughts of what I would have when I had the job, but I also changed my energy, like the way that I felt. I became grateful in advance because I knew that I had the job. I just didn't see it yet. It wasn't in my physical reality yet, but I still had the job. So I did this one night last week, and the very next day I woke up and I was still in this energy. I was in the energy of I already have the job. It's already here. I just gotta accept it. I gotta be ready for it. And that same day, I got a call from someone and I got hired. I got a call for an interview the next day and I got hired the next day. And even once I got hired, that one job wasn't enough for me because it was a part-time job and it wasn't all that I really wanted. And so I kept going. You know, I could have stopped there after I got the job, but I kept going. I kept doing this thing with myself every night, being grateful for the job in advance, shifting my mindset, my thoughts, my gratitude, shifting all of that to that of me already having it. And fast forward 3 days, and then boom, I just got hired to another job. So after like 5 days of me doing this, I have 2 jobs. And the one that just got hired to today is full-time. It pays really well, and it's the hours that I need. It's exactly what I wanted. And I'll tell you what, the thoughts that I have right now about me having these 2 jobs are the exact same thoughts, the exact same gratitudes that I had last week before I had the jobs. The exact same way that I feel right now is how I felt before the jobs came. That's exactly what you have to do. You have to get, if you want something to happen in your life, you need to get yourself to those feelings and those emotions of the fact that thing has already happened. And then that thing's going to happen, and it's not going to be a surprise. You'll be ready for it, and you'll be prepared for it, and you'll be like, this is exactly how I envisioned it. So that was kind of a rant. Well, I mean, that's the purpose of this video, right? I mean, I'm supposed to rant. Being grateful for the thing in advance is really important, and being grateful for everything in general is another really important thing that I'll talk about in another video. But gratitude, super important. Be grateful for it in advance. You already have it. And yeah, last thing that I wanted to mention before I end this video. By the way, there's a lot more on this subject. I could really go into this subject. It's so fascinating to me. But one thing that I want to say is that when you're picturing what it is that you're trying to manifest, be very descriptive about it. You want to be as detailed about it as possible. You need to do whatever you can to get all of your sensories feeling that you have this thing. Really get into that energy, the energy of I already have this. How do you feel on the inside? What do you see on the outside? Picture every single thing that you could possibly think that's relevant, and go further than that, and really envision that you have this thing already. I just want to say this one more time. If you're asking for something, you don't have this thing, you're telling the universe that you don't have this thing. It's not about asking for it, it's about being grateful for it in advance and really envisioning having this thing. Bring your mindset to the mindset of I already have it. All right, that's my video. I love this stuff. I love making these videos. Unfortunately, I don't know why I say unfortunately. I'm not reading the comments because I'm trying to stay as far away from YouTube as possible because that shit's bad for my mental health right now. But if you want, you can reach out to me, frankiecaputo@gmail.com. You can say hello, say whatever. All right, cool. That's this video. I hope you got something from this video.